You ready for this? What are you doing? Little shimmy it.
I'm ready.
What is up, everybody? On this episode, we want to talk about when I proposed to Anastasia, she actually said,
No. No, 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 no. And I run.
Find out what that's all about in just a second. So what is up, everybody? Oh, some of you have hit us up and said, I want to know about your proposal. How did you guys actually get married? It's kind of a crazy story because, again, she said
no.
So we're going to take you through the whole process of how we got to that no, and then how did that no turn to an actual ring. That's not the ring.
That's not a ring, but that's the Amazon $6.99, guys. I don't wear my wedding ring.
That's not the one I proposed in. How awesome would it be to propose to my girlfriend on graduation day? I was out in Ecuador serving at a church out there, and I remember telling the priest out there, like, how cool would it be to do that? And he even said to me, the Christian, you can say something like, my life is now changing dramatically. I'm graduating from seminary, and I'm about to go in a direction, but this future of my life doesn't make sense without you. And so this day is about the graduation, but really what it's about us, because you and I are graduating together and then going bend the knee. And I was like, dude, that's amazing, bro. I'm going to totally do that.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. I didn't know this until today.
So I contact all my friends. I'm reaching out to all my friends on the West Coast, on the East Coast, because we're going to do it in Jersey. I start calling all her friends. I'm like, you got to come in. I'm going to propose. We go all out. Tell her parents, tell everyone, make sure everyone's there. Her siblings. I got friends who are in New York. I got friends who are on the West Coast who said, I'm coming out for this proposal. Christian, we never thought you would actually do it. Not for Anastasia, just in general in my life, right? There's food everywhere. We got a tent set up. It was all ready to roll. And then the night before, I freak out. Like, I totally freak out. Like, I start thinking, oh my gosh, this is way too much too soon. I'm about to go through all these life changes. I'm about to graduate from seminary. A new career. I'm like, I will definitely be gone from LA at that point. I'm now accepted a gig out in Florida. I'm about to be a priest and then get engaged all at the same time. And I was crying.
You were?
I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. And so, like, my family was there, and it was like a really powerful moment because my whole family was there.
This is the reason why I'm enjoying this vlogging with Christian. I get to learn all this. I didn't know any of this. Yeah. You were crying the night before your graduation because of me.
It was tough. I really felt like in my heart it was the best thing to do. And to have my family there to support me in this and to say, you need to take your time in this. If this is what you really feel like, then you don't want to go into this confused. Yeah. You don't want to go into this with doubt. And you got nothing but time. She clearly is the love of your life. But there's no reason to rush this. And I felt this comfort. So I thank my family for giving me that permission to do that. So I had them call her dad.
Okay.
So that whole thing we talked about, I want to put a little more time in this. I want to have a great celebration tomorrow, but I don't think it's time right now for the proposal. He was so cool. He was just like, he didn't even bat an eye. I was like, that's fine. Whenever is right, we'll be good. We'll be there. It'll be all good. So
I bet you, mommy, when you watch this, I bet you probably said, oh, what did my daughter do? Mommy, did you think like that?
Then I had to call every single person I knew who I had told. So that was an awkward thing to call people, let them know, say, hey, it's not a huge deal. It's just that we're gonna take some time here. And I had to stop some people on their way walking up because they came with gifts and presents and they were about to go nuts. I was like, hey, buddy, we're not gonna do the whole engagement thing. It was a little weird, but it was good that it happened that way because it wasn't the right time. Listen, you know my old adage, I always say, the slower you go, the faster you're gonna get there. And I had to kind of listen to what I preach. And sure enough, it was about 6 months later, like, okay, I'm settled in Florida, I'm grounded. There's two different kinds of guys, I think. There's one kind of guy who likes to build his castle, and while he's building his castle, invite the woman along. Or there's another guy who likes to get the castle completely built and then invite the woman in it, all right? I know, these are very traditional terms. I'm a traditional guy. Once I got to Florida and kind of like built the castle and felt grounded, then I was like, now it's time. It made sense, at least for me, was that to do it on Thanksgiving Day. But what happened was the night before we have a raging fight the night before on the phone.
And then to a point I said to him, mind you, the flight was booked and everything. I was like, you know what? Since we are arguing, I'm not coming tomorrow to see you. He's like, whoa, don't hang up yet. He was trying to convince me to come on this trip until 3 a.m. By the time he hung up the phone, I was like, fine. fine, I'll come. And he's like, just come, it'll be better. And I was like, fine.
A good sign for us, because you think if you have a knockdown, drag-out fight the night before, that might get you thinking as a boyfriend, like, maybe I need another 6 months to figure this one out. But by that point, I was sold, done, good, built the castle. She was the one, so no fight.
He was ready for more.
And funny thing was, the first time I ever said I love you to you was in the midst of it was at the end of a fight. We were fighting over something.
True.
And again, it was the moment of saying, I remember holding you and saying,
it was at your mom's house.
I love you. It's going to be okay.
I didn't say anything back.
I love you. Because she had already said I love you before. That's another vlog. I think sometimes you love someone, you're going to spend the rest of your life with someone, especially during the most challenging times. So I'm now excited. I got the flowers, I got the ring in my pocket. I'm like, I got to go preach at the Thanksgiving Day service. Get to the service. She's sitting there alone in the church. But little did she know, I had a whole thing set up for her after the service. So in this beautiful courtyard that you see here surrounding us, I had people that I said, you got to come to the service. You know Anastasia and I want you to be there to be hanging out afterwards. And I want you to I have 6 bottles of champagne that I'm going to put inside the kitchen. And at a certain point, I'm going to look at you and you're going to pop that. Once the proposal happens, you will pop that. Then I had one of the other girls who was part of the youth group, who was a friend of a friend, and she's a singer. And I got her and the band leader to get together and to sit in the courtyard and play Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. Her favorite singer of all time.
You guys don't know, I love Celine Dion.
We're walking out,
and then I heard Celine Dion being played, and I looked at Christian and I said, babe, why are they singing Celine Dion on the Thanksgiving of the church? And he goes, they're practicing for something, for a service or something. I was like, what kind of service are they playing Celine Dion? And he's like, well, they practice. I should have gotten a hint.
Ladies, if you're walking with your boyfriend and it just be happening and you've been together for like 3 years and there just happens to be a duet of a guitarist with a girl singing your favorite love song of all time, aren't you gonna start thinking maybe something's about to happen? I had another kid in the youth group who I said, now listen, you're gonna have the ring. At a certain point, I'm gonna say, hey Cooper, did you get me that thing? And he's gonna toss me from over here, and I'm gonna be standing over here, toss me this box, this ring, and then I'm gonna propose to her. So the plan is that we were gonna walk over here, they're singing over there, and then start dancing to Because You Love Me by Celine Dion. And then at a certain point, I was just gonna go onto bended knee, all right? That was the plan. She refuses to dance.
I didn't want to dance in front of everybody. It was so many people, guys. I was like, I am not dancing Celine Dion in front of your church people.
So I think we're standing right here. And I turn to Cooper and I say, hey Cooper, you got that thing. So he takes out of his pocket and he throws me the box.
I saw a ring. It was like flying in the air. I saw the ring box. And then it hit me. I was like, Celine Dion, a ring box? I said, no, no, no.
In front of all our friends,
I run away from this place.
Jackie Joyner cursies it straight that way.
And Miss Darcy comes to me and she's like, Anastasia, what are you doing? I was like, but what am I supposed to do?
Fortunately, this woman stopped, like a woman had to stop her.
She stopped me.
And grabbed like a tall woman. Of course, we invited to the wedding because without her, we wouldn't have gotten married. And she envelops her like this tall. She's like 6 foot. She envelops Anastasia. And I'm just sitting here being like,
waiting.
This is about to get weird. People are filming. And I remember watching these YouTubes of like proposal fails. And I'm like, I'm about to be on a YouTube proposal fail video.
And I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? And she's like, do you want to say yes? I was like, of course. I want to marry him. But then what do I do next? She's like, just say yes if you really want it. I was like, of course I want it. She goes, then come on. So she brought me back to Christian. He leaned over to me and this is what he said to me.
I go, honey, if you're gonna deny me right now, can you please do it privately?
And I said, of course I'll marry you, but I don't know what to do.
I say, will you just please come with me and let me propose to you in marriage? And you said, okay.
And I said, okay.
So it finally got on bended knee after all this. So, I mean, you have this crowd. They see the bended knee, the champagne gets popped, you hear the sounds in the background, and then she said yes!
And I said yes, and everybody was like, woo!
So I actually end up getting married by my woman saying no to me. Yeah. So a lot of this process has taught us just really trusting that God has ordained this to be, so no matter whatever rough times we hit, we're going to be okay. Yeah. Just in the moment it might seem rough. Things are going to work out.
It's meant to be, guys.
Yes. The final message here is the slower you go,
the faster you get there.
take your time to get to that proposal. So we got lots of other relationship videos down below. You can see our wedding video where we talk about our Ghanaian wedding. We also have some marital advice stuff and some dating stuff. Subscribe, be
guys.
part of the community.
You already here. Subscribe.